A very good evening. Welcome to Newswatch on Hope TV as we bring you news that made headlines today. Hoping you had a wonderful day. My name is Melissa Oduor. On the sign language is Boniface Mureithi. Newswatch begins now. A somber mood engulfed Sitam Karen, the venue of the memorial service held to celebrate the life of the late former IBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati. In his sermon, Bishop David Oginde cautioned Kenyans to uphold the dignity of the departed and refrain from making a mockery of death to allow families to mourn in peace. Former Attorney General Githu Muigai expressed his admiration for Chebukati, stating that he learned a lot from their interaction. Law Society of Kenya President Faith Odhiambo, on her part, recognized Chebukati as someone special as he served time at the society. Court of Appeal President Justice Daniel Musinga, on behalf of the judiciary, remembered Chebukati as a good man when he served as IBC chair. Another funeral service for the former IBC boss has been scheduled for Friday at his rural home in Kitale ahead of his burial on Saturday. The Ministry of Labour has conducted a registration activity for youth with skills in various professions to enable the unemployed youth in the country to secure jobs in at the Jesus Winner Ministry Church in Roysambu, Nairobi County, with Labour Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua expressing the government's commitment to ensure the youth secure jobs abroad as it seeks to address the unemployment menace facing the country. Here is Ian Mungithi with that story.
Karibu daktari.
As many young people continue to face unemployment challenges in the country, the government under the Ministry of Labour has stepped in to ensure they help them find jobs in the foreign countries as one of the ways to address unemployment and spur development in the country.
Hivi leo tumekuja katika hili kanisa na watu wa Roysambu wamejitokeza kwa wingi. Tuna watu zaidi ya 10,000 hapa hivi leo. Nafikiri inakisia hata wengine wanasema ni 20,000 ambao wamefika tayari, vijana tofauti ambao wamehitimu wanataka kazi. Nimemkuta kijana mmoja hapa aliniambia alifika hapa saa 10 asubuhi kwa sababu amesoma na ameteseka na anataka kupata kazi, anataka kupata ajira. Sisi hapa tuna mpango maalum wa kuhakikisha kwamba vijana ambao wako tayari kwenda ng'ambo wanaenda kwa njia ambayo inafaa. Tuna zile agencies ambao tunaambia vijana muangalie kwa kabisa. We make sure kwamba ile agency na kupeleka ng'ambo iko registered na National Employment Agency. Usiende na travel agency. Travel agencies zinawapeleka watu Thailand, wengine wanaenda kule Myanmar, wanakuwa slaves, wanakuwa prostitutes, wanakuwa na slave labor.
Additionally, Labour Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua has urged young people to register and get passports for the available job opportunities.
Passports and the commission. President William Ruto has given a directive that whoever has been gotten an opportunity to go overseas for a job, we will process your passport within a day or 2. So you'll not miss your decision. Go online to eCitizen if you don't have a passport, fill out. I promise you.
While addressing the young people, Ms. Mutua has advised them to avoid the use of drugs, stressing that it will complicate their lives during the registration process to acquire the passports needed for travel to these foreign countries.
And the biggest problem we have currently is a problem of drug abuse. Ukienda Dubai, uende Saudi, uende Ujerumani, utaenda wakufanyie medical, utolewe damu. If you've been taking cocaine, you've been taking heroin within the last 6 months, umevuta bangi within the last 6 months, unazama. So you make a decision. Kwa sababu, you can get a very good paying job. Australia are taking caregivers. Ukienda Australia na caregiving, some of them are paying even 600,000 shillings. Umepata kazi ya kwenda Australia, 600,000 shillings, unafanyiwa blood test, unakuta wewe ulivuta bangi last week, 2 weeks ago, ukipiga sherehe, unaanguka, kazi inaenda.
Mutua has lauded President William Ruto for the support and commitment to advancing the recruitment initiative to create employment for young people. He revealed that the ministry will offer a training for 2 weeks for the youth and help them in getting certificates that will assist them in securing their jobs.
Sisi kama serikali ya William Ruto, kazi yetu ni kuwatafutia vijana kazi. Mimi nitazunguka ulimwengu mzima niwatafutie kazi ambazo zinafaa ndio watu wapate kazi. Uchumi wetu utaendelea kupanda. Kuna kazi za ground hapa watu wanafanya mijengo na nyingine, kuna kazi za online, kuna kazi uchumi ukipanduka, lakini pia tuwatafutie watu kazi ng'ambo ya kuchukua ile bakshisi ya watu ambao waweze kupata kazi zote katika nchi yetu ya Kenya.
Meanwhile, Mutua has affirmed that he will ensure that the foreign jobs are legitimate for the youth, while clarifying that they are not related to human trafficking.
Huku ajira kwa vijana ikizidi kuwa ni kizungumkuti nchini, leo hii vijana wamepata afueni. Hii ni baada ya kuahidiwa ajira na waziri wa leba Alfred Mutua. Nikiripotia dira ya Hope TV kutoka kaunti ya Nairobi, langu jina ni Ianson Mungeria.
Reporting for Hope.
Cuba, Korea, Angola, and Vietnam. Speaking during the event held at State House, Nairobi, President Ruto said Kenya continues to strengthen diplomatic ties with many nations for mutual interests and benefit, including advancing trade and investment, enhancing people-to-people relations, securing job opportunities, and fostering global partnerships for the collective well-being of humanity.
I, William Samuel Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, by dint of Article 132(4)(b) of the Constitution of Kenya, do accept your letters of credence and authorize Your Excellency to pursue the interests of your country within the territory of Kenya by promoting to the widest possible extent the mutual aspirations of the peoples of our two nations.
Kenya has recently reported an alarming increase in forest fires with up to 209 incidences reported. In response, the Kenya Forest Service, KFS, with funding from the French Republic, has launched a capacity development project aimed at enhancing fire prevention and suppression efforts. During the officiating event held at the Karura Forest, the Cabinet Secretary for Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, Aden Duale, also flagged off specialized vehicles and equipment designed to combat forest fires. Meanwhile, Kenyans have been urged to review and give feedback on the proposed charcoal regulation policies. Here's Modhoni Karaoke with that report.
With forest fire in the rise, Kenya Forest Service is putting in place measures to fight the fires. Among the new measures listed under the capacity to play a crucial role in safeguarding Kenya major forests, namely Mau, Aberdare and Mount Kenya, while also supporting the country's ambition goal of planting 15 billion trees.
Kenya Forest Service is therefore responsible for managing forest fires in public forest, but the service has also been facing challenges affecting, including inadequate personnel, requisite skills, outdated technology, and inefficient for firefighting tools and equipment. However, since the inception of the capacity development project for modern technologies in forest firefighting management in Kenya, funded by the French government, firefighting capabilities have
capacity to respond to natural disasters that threaten our forest, including forest fires.
Cabinet Secretary of Ministry Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, Aden Duale, stated that fire is the main threat to Kenyan forests and this poses a risk to forest conservation in the country. To this end, Duale flagged off new firefighting vehicles that will
coincided with the land preparation for planting of farming by our communities and livestock migration from one area to forest areas by pastoralists, and this further has heightened potential forest fires. As you are aware that most forest fires pose a major setback forest conservation effort to our conservation of our ecosystem, to the 15 billion tree growing signature project of this administration led by the president. We cannot sit and watch when the forest is destroyed by fire. So we are pleased with the equipment, the training, and the execution of this project, which has enabled Kenya Forest Service to successfully suppress wildfires in many of our community grazing areas. Apart from this equipment, we also have the drones that we shall be There are about 12 of them. We have the troop carriers. Now that we have the rangers, we can deliver our troops to any part of the country to help the community and other multi-agency team to detect and to stop the spread of fire. We have the sharp tractors, we have the graders, we have the dozer, and we have large 5 engines which were at the port of Mombasa that will be joining this team.
CS Duale also highlighted the new charcoal regulations, which are now open for public participation. He urged Kenyans to review and give feedback on the proposed policies to ensure sustainable forest conservation.
And there are a number of regulations now we have put in place in the newspapers for public participation. I really want Kenyans to go through those. We want to have a law on how we regulate charcoal. We want to have a law on how we deal with ecotourism within our forest. I have now put to the people of Kenya, we must have a law on charcoal. Because 60-70% of Kenyans still use firewood. If this regulation passes, we will license, Kenya Forest Service will license charcoal dealers first to go and uproot and use that invasive plant which is killing the vegetation in Baringo, in Turkana, in Garissa, in Isiolo.
For Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Modoni Karaoke.
Before we take a short break, there's a disturbing story here from Pumwani Estate where protesting residents have accused police of killing a teenager in the area last night, sparking demos today. Ibrahim Ramadan was allegedly shot in the stomach in Majengo area as he left the local mosque after prayers last evening. He succumbed to his injury, rushed for treatment. Now, protests erupted in the area with irate residents setting police houses on fire and vehicles and causing an ensuing standoff with the officers. Human rights activists led by Vocal Africa's Hussein Khalid led residents in demanding accountability for police action. Kenya Red Cross confirmed that they had attended to 37 casualties as a result of the protests, 2 of them critically injured and were evacuated to the Kenyatta National Hospital, while 1 was taken to the Pumwani Maternity Hospital.
Tunataka kufikia kesho huyu askari amechukuliwa hatua kwa sababu ile kijana ambaye kwamba amempiga risasi ni kijana under 18 na amempiga risasi wa mbele ya msikiti. Kamera hapa ziko zimemuona kweli. Sisi tunaomba tu hivi, hataki fujo. Tuletewe tu tumkule. Hataki kuletewa. Nchi ina sheria. Nchi tunataka kesho tumuone angae amepelekwa mahakamani vile. Kijana leo akiiba kesho tunampata mahakamani. Na hiyo ndio kitu kama tunataka.
Unfortunate scenarios there. We take a quick commercial break. We will be right back after these messages.
Hi there, this is Sharon Naitore Wanganye, and I'm so excited to finally get to invite you, Rafiki Mso, to my church, to our church. That is Destiny Life Church, Syokimau on Community Road.
My name is Favored Frank, and you know what? Finally, Sharon has invited us to her church, and it's a great opportunity for you to come and, interact with your favorite Hope FM and Hope TV presenters, news anchors, editors. And you know what? We'll have a desk for merchandise. You cannot afford to, miss out on these. So come, let's have a great time.
So for those of you coming from Nairobi City, there is a courtesy bus just for you at bus station near Club Mang. So you get there at 8 a.m. There's a bus that you will see with a Destiny Life Church placard. Get in right there and you'll find yourself right in the church compound. If you're coming from Mlolongo and those sides,
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what anger kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. Now, the Cabinet Secretary for Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, Aden Duale, has dismissed the Auditor General's claims that the Social Health Authority SHA is not government-owned. While defending the SHA insurance scheme amid Kenya's criticism, Duale said cartels who have been disenfranchised by the medical scheme, including hospitals that were benefiting from the fraud under the defunct NHIF, are the ones now fighting the Social Health Authority scheme. Duale has meanwhile termed the recent remarks by the Auditor General as our own opinion and faulted some government accounting officers.
But once she tables, the accounting officers in those various organizations and departments will be called by the Public Accounts Committee. They will be told to answer those questions raised in the Auditor General's report. The numbers reduce. So the part is on the accounting officers. Let me speak to government. The problem is with some accounting officers, not all of them. When they get the management letter from the Auditor General to provide the required information and documents, they don't do it. So still, let me stand on this podium and blame certain accounting officers in government who, when they get the management letter from the Auditor General to provide documents, they don't provide documents. The Auditor General.
The Judicial Service Commission, JSE, has been blocked from proceeding with removal of High Court Judge Justice Dora Chepuni. Justice Bahati Mwamunye issued the conservatory order transport activities are expected to greatly improve for residents of Halawa Ward and Kandui constituency following the official launch of the road recarpeting project that will benefit the 5 roads in the area. The project will cost 15 million shillings. Speaking at the launch, Halaba Ward MCA Cornelius Mahanus said the move will ease transportation since the roads have been in The project will ease the movement and improve business activities in the area.
Mako, Royal, na kuna mpaka ya mwisho kule Galana, ile petrol station ya mwisho, hapo ndio mpaka wetu na Musikoma Ward. Kwa hivyo hii ni maendeleo tu ambayo kaunti ya Bungoma inaenda kufanya katika ward yetu ya Halaba, na vile nimewaambia hizi barabara zitakapoisha ni matayarisho tu vile mmeomba lami. Sisi kama county assembly juzi tumepitisha wala ambao walikuwa wanahitajika kukua kwa boards za municipalities, na mnajua tuna municipality mbili ya Kimilini na Bungoma, na sisi kama ward ya Halaba tuko katika manispaa ya Bungoma. Kwa hivyo vile mmesema pesa za World Bank zilikuwa zimesimamishwa, lakini condition ilikuwa ni kwamba lazima tuweke board. Na sasa juzi hata mliona wakiapishwa maafisa wa hiyo board. Kwa hivyo kupitia kwa
sababu kwa muda mrefu sana tumetembea kwa mabonde, lakini sasa hii najua nitakuwa natembea nikiwa hata siangalii chini, sitaanguka. Sasa hiyo miaka yangu lazima nitembee kwa njia nyororo.
Tunajua hii barabara wanaweka maram, lakini tunaambia national county government under pesa ya World Bank hii barabara iwekwe lami. Na kuna barabara kama za tennis zimesimama na waliallocate hapo lami, na hii barabara tena contractor amesema hatujui ni kalabati ngapi anaweka, kwa sababu kuna residential hapa na kuna diversion za kuingia.
To business news now, Britain has officially launched its microinsurance subsidiary to expand access to affordable and flexible insurance solutions for underserved communities across its chosen market. And is doubling down on its legacy to harness digital innovation, strategic partnerships, and tailored solutions to bridge the insurance gap and connect with the next generation of customers. Speaking at the unveiling, Tom